and welcome to Maintenance Break, bite-sized insights, one break at a time. I'm Pete.
And I'm Drew.
Drew, quick one to kick us off today. If your plant is running right now, nothing's on fire, everything's turning, does that mean it's reliable?
Oh, that's a loaded question, mate, because I've been in plenty of plants where everything was technically running and I would not have called a single one of them reliable.
And that's exactly what we're getting into today, because reliability is one of those words that gets thrown around constantly. But if you ask 10 people at your site what it actually means, you'd get 10 different answers.
And if your whole team is chasing different definitions, you end up pulling in different directions and wondering why nothing's improving.
So today we're starting at the foundation. What reliability actually is, what it isn't, and why it matters a lot more than just keeping the breakdown count low. So let's start with the obvious. What do most people mean when they say reliability?
Usually something like, the plant's reliable because it doesn't break down much. And look, fair enough, breakdowns are visible. Everyone notices them. They stop production, they create stress, they drag people in after hours, and they usually come with some pretty colourful language.
Reducing breakdowns is obviously a good thing.
No argument there, but the problem is breakdowns are only one symptom of unreliability. Because equipment can be technically running and still be a complete reliability disaster.
That's the bit that catches people out. And honestly, it's where a lot of sites are kidding themselves. Let's talk about one of the biggest traps we see, confusing operating with healthy.
100%, because we've all seen it. Equipment that's technically still running, but only because everyone's babysitting it. Operators know its quirks, maintenance are constantly patching it up, and half the site has just accepted that that's just how that one behaves.
And that is not reliability. That's managed fragility.
Exactly. And here's where it gets dangerous, because once people get used to a problem, they stop treating it like a problem. It just becomes background noise.
Oh yeah, Shovel 3 does that sometimes.
Or don't run the crusher at 100% load or it trips.
Every site has a version of that. And when you start hearing those little tribal knowledge workarounds floating around, that's your signal. Reliability isn't where it should be. Because those workarounds aren't clever adaptations. They're unresolved defects that everyone's learned to live with.
And that's where it gets expensive, because unreliability doesn't always show up as one dramatic breakdown. Sometimes it shows up as lost production speed, repeat call-outs, operator frustration, extra maintenance time, and 100 tiny workarounds that slowly become the new normal.
She'll be right, until it isn't. So if reliability isn't just fewer breakdowns, what is it?
Strip away the jargon and it comes down to this. Can the asset perform its required function when needed without constant intervention? That's the heart of it. Not, did it survive the shift? Not, did it make it to Friday? Does it consistently do the job it's supposed to do without the team having to carry it across the line every single week?
And this is where reliability gets mixed up with a couple of other terms that get thrown around like they mean the same thing. Availability and maintenance.
Availability is whether the asset is ready and able to be used when you need it. Reliability goes deeper. It's about consistent performance without constant intervention. And maintenance is the work we do to preserve or restore that capability. They're related, but they're not the same thing.
So you can actually have decent availability and still have a serious reliability problem.
All the time. Equipment that's technically available most of the shift, but only because the team has been resetting it, tweaking it, or working around it all day. On paper, the numbers look okay. In real life, everyone on site knows it's a pain in the neck.
And if all you're measuring is downtime, you can miss a huge amount of pain happening in the background. The stuff that doesn't make it into the CMMS, the stuff that just gets handled. Another reason this gets complicated, Different people at your site experience reliability completely differently.
If you ask operations, reliability usually means, can I run without interruptions? If you ask maintenance, it's more like, can we stop getting dragged into the same repeat jobs every week? If you asked a reliability engineer, it might be, are our failure modes understood and being controlled? And if you ask leadership, it's often, are we getting stable performance, predictable cost, and lower risk?
And here's the thing, they're all right.
Exactly. Reliability touches performance, cost, and risk all at once, which is why if every group has a different mental model of what it means, you end up chasing different targets and wondering why nothing sticks.
So, what does good reliability actually look like in practice?
Good reliability looks like stable production, fewer surprises, less emergency work, fewer repeat failures, more planned work, and assets that just do their job without needing constant attention.
Because real reliability reduces the heroics in the system. If your site only performs well because people are staying back, rushing parts, making clever temporary fixes, and rescuing the same equipment week after week, that's not reliability.
That's effort covering for weakness, and it's exhausting for the people doing it.
Reliable systems aren't the ones with the most impressive recoveries. They're the ones that don't need rescuing in the first place.
And the real business cost of poor reliability isn't just the repair bill when something finally lets go. It's the wasted maintenance time, the emergency parts, the production losses, the planning chaos every Monday morning because of that one asset nobody wants to officially call a problem.
Right, let's bring it home. Reliability is not just the absence of breakdowns. It's the ability of your equipment to consistently do its job without constant intervention, workarounds, or rescue missions.
If your assets are only surviving because your people are patching them, working around them, or carrying them across the line every week, you might have fewer breakdowns than you think, but you don't have reliability.
And the question we want to leave you with today, how much of your site's performance is coming from healthy assets and how much is coming from heroics?
Think about that one honestly, because that gap between the heroics and the health, that's your reliability opportunity.
All right, let's wrap up with the break tip.
This week, we want you to walk your plant and write down the top 3 assets your team complains about most. The ones everyone can name from memory. The pump nobody trusts, the conveyor that always trips, the shovel that causes a heated discussions every Monday morning.
Next to each one, ask one question. Why does this keep making the list? Don't try to fix them this week, just name them, get them written down. Because bad actors usually aren't hidden. Your people already know where the pain is. Your job this week is just to make it official.
That one exercise alone can tell you a lot about where your reliability problems actually live.
All right, team, thanks for joining us for this maintenance break. If this one helped, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with a mate. It really helps us get this out to more people in the industry.
And if you've got a topic or a case study you want to hear us tackle on the show, drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, take care.
And keep those assets running.